Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first and premiere episode of Two Beards and a Baby. I'm your host, Ty, and I'm here with my two gorilla-looking co-hosts. Nice and hairy here.
We're the two beards, he's the baby.
It's because I can't grow facial hair.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you just did the dejected love.
You're so sad.
if you guys don't know already, this is a part of the Verdict podcast. It's a shorter version, but we're bringing it to you via video for the first time.
Yeah.
Not actually. I wish we were getting paid by Monster to do this, but we're not. So what have you guys been up to?
Do you want me to go? Oh, should
You
I go
first.
I'm sorry, because I'm right. So I gotta go first.
Right
Okay.
to the left.
Since it's been 3 weeks, I've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Steam had their summer sale. So
Did you buy anything?
Oh,
I bought like 8
everything.
games.
What'd you buy?
I bought Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City for a total of $16. Pretty good deal,
Nice.
I think.
I'm kind of screwed out of this equation because I have a Mac. And
No, there's Steam.
There's
some
Mac
for
Steam
Mac.
stuff.
you want to look at the Mac Steam?
It's not great.
It's a
but-
bunch of stupid little arcade
Nuh-uh,
games.
nuh-uh.
Yes, it is. I looked at it the other day. There's
You
like
can get
one actual game on there.
You can get Civilization, and that's a fantastic game, which I also bought.
Mm.
Though I was mad when I bought that one because I got it when it was 50% off, and the next day it went 75% off.
No!
So I was like, well, there's that.
Did you hear about the kid who played Diablo for 40 hours straight and died in China?
That doesn't surprise me.
It really doesn't.
Didn't something like that happen last year?
It happens every
with the
year.
game. It was
World
like,
of Warcraft.
but it's always across seas.
Yeah.
Well, I think
You
it's,
never really
honestly,
hear
I think it's
and it's in
cultural.
cyber cafes. All of them. They're all in cyber cafes
But
across
I
the
think-
seas.
Honestly, I think it's really
It's a conspiracy.
the governments are just targeting key individuals in these online games,
Yep.
just eliminating them.
Exactly.
It's the Matrix. He's not actually dead. He just took the red pill.
And then I'm really looking forward to the movie Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah,
So,
that's gonna be awesome.
which Luke apparently knows nothing about. So,
Nothing. Absolutely zero.
It's about a video game character, Wreck-It Ralph.
like he's an evil video game character. He's like,
Yeah, he
he's
wrecks
like,
things.
He's like Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
or something like that.
And he gets. He doesn't really get trapped like going to different games, but he just decides he's like, I don't
Yeah.
want to do this anymore.
Well, because he feels like he's not being appreciated as a
Right.
villain, I guess,
Yeah.
in his game. So he's like, screw it, I'm going to a different game.
And they're all sitting at like a therapy
Yeah.
session. Yeah.
But the thing,
And some people from like Street Fighter and yeah.
The one thing I forgot what the Russian guy's name, and he's like, even though you're a bad guy, you're not a bad guy. Like, I'm just a little wary because I want it to be cool and I don't want it to be too kiddish.
Yeah.
And Pixar's usually pretty good about that. if
About
it's Pixar.
throwing in adult elements
And it
with
seemed
the
like
kid
it
elements.
was kind of adult,
Yeah.
more adult based.
Definitely.
But we'll have to see.
I bought The Hobbit, the book, so
The book.
I'm looking
Good
at
choice. Good choice.
reading that before the actual movie comes out, which I thought was interesting. They're breaking it into 3 parts now instead of 2.
It'll be a trilogy instead of 2 features.
Yeah,
Wow.
Which I don't really
Part one,
understand
part two,
because
part three
that
now.
book is this thick.
yeah.
It's like
Do you see
How
how,
the
angry
hell
I
are
am, camera?
they're just like
Look at his face.
I never wanted to say that Peter Jackson was a money grubber, but holy
I don't mind the whole 2 thing, but I don't have to wait. I don't like waiting for another year to finish the.
it's gonna be 3 years.
I know,
of
and that's
waiting
the thing.
for
It's like
Hobbit.
it's not going to finish for 3 years.
That means that I'm gonna have to watch The Hobbit,
Part
buy that DVD / Blu-ray / whatever Ultraviolet is.
1,
Yeah.
Part 2.
Is Part 1 and Part 2 coming out at the same time?
No.
Well, you didn't let me finish my story then, did you?
Okay.
Rewatch Part 1 before Part 2 comes out.
Right.
Buy the Part 2 Blu-ray / Ultraviolet / DVD. Then watch 1 and 2 before I watch 3.
Yeah.
That's just a pain in the
And
butt.
then they're going to come out with some awesome kick-ass deal where you get 3 of them.
And I'll be
4.
very angry.
And-
Captain America movie is going to be called Captain America Winter Soldier, which Winter Soldier was written by Ed Brubaker, Ed Brubaker is basically anything you read of Captain America, you want to read Brubaker.
Sounds like Call of Duty. Call of Duty Future Soldier. Captain America Winter Soldier.
Shut up.
Go speak.
So everyone kind of freaked out about that once they kind of showed Winter Soldier because
Can they just call it America?
No.
Captain America? Fuck
No.
yeah.
I'm Captain America. Gets a little Bud Light or
I'm
Miller
Captain
Lite.
America. I'm drinking my Pabst.
Now, when we saw The Dark Knight, I swear to God, I was gonna explode. They showed like twice as many trailers as they normally do.
It was like 10 trailers.
It was like 30 minutes of trailers, and I'm like,
I love
get to the
trailers.
freaking movie!
Trailers are like one of my favorite parts.
Superman trailer.
Oh my God,
It was
yes!
pretty cool, I guess.
It was amazing.
It was
Yeah.
alright.
When you see that little kid like running through the thing, and then all of a sudden he does the Superman pose, and you're like, oh shit!
You don't remember that, do you?
No.
Oh,
I just
He
remember.
doesn't.
I just remember him walking up to the tunnel and be like, "Hey," and then he was flying away, and I was like, "Okay."
the flying part was cool too.
That was pretty
But the
sweet.
thing, he's like running through the
Yeah,
the
like they're
field,
talking
and he's
about,
got
like,
his
he
hands
looked
on
like
top
a
of
little
like
kid.
the things, and then he's got the thing on his back, and then he's like, God.
Yeah.
They cut away pretty fast once he starts
It-
putting his
it-
hands on his hips. But oh my God, it's so
It
cool.
was very good.
Superman, I don't dig it. I don't,
If they can do it right,
If they do it right,
I think it'd be good. And it's Christopher Nolan producing, so
It'll be good.
we'll see.
I'm gonna jump into Scott's question
Yeah,
for
Doyle's
this week.
question.
Scott Doyle's question for this week.
Oh.
He actually is more of a comment, sort of talk about this.
Talk about this now.
The Expendables 2 was going to be PG-13 because of Chuck Norris. Now is going to be rated R, but no swearing because Chuck Norris doesn't like foul language. So it's going to have all the action, blood and guts and gore, but it's not going to have
Chuck
any of the
Norris
bad
can rip your
words.
heart out, but
Exactly,
he
because
can't
Chuck
swear.
Norris wants to fuck everything up. Yeah.
I think that's stupid.
I think it's stupid too. I don't think the movies are going to be any good, but it would have been better without Chuck Norris.
It would have
And I
been
don't
so
see-
funny to have a PG-13
Expendables?
because literally it would have been cutaways the entire movie. It would have been like, bam, cutaway, bam, cutaway, bam, cutaway. And you would never see him die. You just see a bunch of blasts from shotguns.
Yeah. It's
I
not
just
going to
feel
be
like
a good movie.
people swear when they're fighting. It's just a normal thing. And
You
when-
get kicked in the face, you're going to swear.
It's gonna be like, Psh! Oh,
Shoot.
that hurt. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
crap.
Holy crap, Batman! Williker, I'm hurting in my cheek. That's what's gonna happen, and I just think that's just stupid. So
It's very stupid.
the one thing I did like about the trailer was just when they're taking that plane down, and it's just like
Yeah.
Stallone and Statham. There's like,
Say this like, you're not doing what I think you're doing. Yeah.
that's like the one cool part. But like I was just like,
Hey, the first one wasn't actually that bad. It was something you could laugh at, and there was good action in it. It's just one of. It's not
Next-
something that's taking
yeah.
itself incredibly seriously.
no, it's like a parody of all the action movies ever.
Yeah,
like
I
it's
know.
completely just a satire.
But you're actually
Wow.
getting some good action at the same time when you can laugh at. I watched the Daredevil movie again,
Oh, God.
except I watched the director's cut, not the original version. And the difference is between the director's cut. The director's cut has 40 more minutes added onto it.
Oh.
of him just lying in his little water
The movie
bath.
was only like an hour and 20 some minutes the first time around.
Oh, my God.
So he
How did I get through
he
that?
he added 40 minutes in. But what he did was the movie is now rated R with the director's cut.
Okay.
It's got more action. The extended the fight scenes at the end with the Kingpin and Bullseye.
It's to be
Can you-
physicists.
Can you imagine just being like, if he brought a girl home, just like, here's my bed, it's a water gun.
It's a waterbed.
What if, that's how he'd leave it. It's a water bed.
It's a water bed, don't worry.
And then he'd be like, let's get in. And then
Here we
like,
go.
I don't want to
Oh
do
my
that.
The acting is still not great, but the movie's better than it was.
I was gonna say the only way that acting would be better is if the director's cut didn't have anything.
If the movie
This
was
is the
just
director's cut. Chop.
Funniest thing I saw on YouTube the other day. It was. I know this just like got me ready to. I was on Facebook and someone had shared something too. It was a compilation of Nickelback's best songs. Like they took the best parts of each of Nickelback's best songs and put it all together. And you click on it, and it's 7 minutes of silence.
It's like Nickelback's greatest hits, and you click it. Silence.
And I was reading the comments and it was like, I was 4 minutes in and then I figured it out. Hey everyone, if you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Two Beards and a Baby, click on the link above my head to listen to the full version of the Verdict podcast. Also, tune in next week for episode 2 of Two Beards and a Baby. Thanks.